The night sky above Earth was calm. No wars, no news of danger. Cities glowed with lights, and people slept peacefully in their homes. But far beyond the clouds, a lonely satellite floated above the planet. It had been quiet for years, just another part of Earth's security net. Suddenly, it blinked. A transmission had arrived. Not from Earth, not from the moon. It came from deep space. Inside Earth Command Center, a red light flashed. A young technician, Alex, stared at the screen. "Sir," he said, his voice shaking. "You need to see this." General Hayes, an older man with gray eyes and a sharp mind, stepped forward. His boots echoed on the metal floor. "What is it?" he asked. Alex pointed. "It's a signal. Repeating, structured. It's language, sir." Hayes narrowed his eyes. "Put it on audio." The room went silent. Then a strange, calm voice echoed through the speakers. "We come in peace. We are the Varelians. We seek unity with Earth. Respond," the message repeated again. And again. The room stood still. People looked at each other. No one moved. Hayes broke the silence. "Get the president, now." Within hours, the world knew. News channels flashed with headlines. "First contact is real. Aliens offer peace. Who are the Varelians?" Some people cheered. Others feared. Most didn't know what to think. The Varelians sent another message. It included maps, designs, even medical formulas. They offered cures for human diseases, clean energy, faster travel. They said they only wanted friendship. No weapons, no war. Earth leaders met in secret. They voted. The answer was yes. Earth would talk, but not everyone trusted the message. General Hayes watched the news on his screen, silent. His aide, Commander Lane, stood beside him. "They seem peaceful," Lane said quietly. Hayes didn't answer right away. Then he said, "That's what worries me." 3 weeks later, the Varelians arrived. Their ships were golden and smooth, like floating jewels in the sky. One hovered just above the Indian Ocean. People around. The world watched the live stream as a group of aliens came out, glowing faintly under their armor. Their faces were calm. They spoke perfect English, learned from Earth's data. "We bring no harm," said the lead alien, called Syrinx. "We offer knowledge, a new future." The United Nations sent a small team to meet them. Scientists, diplomats, a few guards. One of the guards, Captain Zara Malik, didn't relax her grip on her weapon the whole time. Syrinx handed the humans a cube. "This contains healing technology," he said. Earth scientists scanned it. It looked safe. They tested it. It worked. Cancer gone. Wounds healed. People couldn't believe it. "They're real," one doctor said. "And they're helping us." But something was wrong. Earth's cyber defense AI, called Athena, had been watching quietly in the background. It analyzed the cube. The healing worked, but hidden inside the cube's code was a silent signal. Athena alerted General Hayes. "This device," Athena said in her cold voice, "is also a tracker. It scans everything around it and sends data back covertly." Hayes stared at the screen. "They're spying on us." Athena nodded. "Highly likely." He stood and paced. "They say they want peace, but this is a Trojan horse." A young hacker named Leon was brought into a secret lab under London. She was one of the few who could break alien code. "I need you to open their device," Hayes told her. "Find out what they're really hiding." Leon nodded. "Give me 2 days." She worked without sleep. Finally, her screen blinked. A secret archive opened. Files in Varelian language filled the page. She began translating. The results made her blood run cold. The Varelians had visited other planets before. Peaceful visits, gifts, smiles. But the records showed those planets didn't survive. Every time, within months, the planets were burned. The populations erased. "It's a pattern," Leon whispered. "This is what they do, offer peace, then conquer." She ran to General Hayes. "Sir, Earth is next." The news was still good. People danced in the streets. World leaders shook hands with Varelians. New schools were opening. Alien teachers taught human children that no one knew the truth, except a few. Hayes called a private meeting. "We prepare for war," he said simply. "But we do it quietly." He formed a team mirror guard. Only the best. Only the trusted. Zara, Leon, and Commander Lane were among them. Earth started copying alien tech in hidden bunkers. They made weapons, shields, and detectors, all while smiling for the cameras. "We must be ready," Hayes told them, "when the mask falls." Then came the Peace Summit. A giant floating city was built between Earth and the Varelian fleet. Leaders from both sides would meet. Cameras would record the event for all to see. But Mirror Guard had a secret mission. Zara was sent onto the alien command ship. She carried a virus program created by Leon. If uploaded, it would shut down the Varelians' hive network. "Be quick," Leon warned. "One mistake and they'll know." Zara moved through the alien halls. The ship was quiet. Too quiet. She reached the core room and placed the virus chip inside the console. A small green light blinked. She turned to leave and froze. Serix was standing behind her. "You disappoint me," he said softly. So much potential, but still so afraid. Zara raised her weapon. "You lied." Serix smiled. "No, we promised peace." "You broke it." Back on Earth, the alien ships turned red. Weapons unfolded from their smooth shells. In seconds, Earth's orbit lit up with fire. The Varelians had started the war. The sky over New York turned orange. Satellites exploded. Lasers cut across the sky. But Earth was not helpless. Athena activated emergency protocol. Human storm. Lasers fired back. Space mines detonated. Drones launched from the oceans. Zara escaped with injuries. Leon kept the virus running. Earth's weapons, built in secret, now roared. Hayes took command of the final battle. The alien queen ship, the brain of their hive, was in low orbit. "We end this now," he said. A ship called the Black Sun, carrying a gravity bomb, launched toward it. Zara and her team fought through alien soldiers inside the queen ship. The halls were narrow. The lights flickered. They reached the core. The queen, a giant glowing orb, pulsed with energy. Leon sent the virus signal. The orb began to crackle. Zara looked at the timer. No more time left. She whispered, "For Earth," and pressed the button. A white flash filled the sky. The war ended. Varelian ships fell like broken toys. The queen ship vanished in the light. Earth was damaged, cities ruined, millions lost. But Earth survived. In time, the world rebuilt. A monument was raised in silence. No celebration. Just a promise. "We will never be fooled again." General Hayes retired. He didn't give speeches. Just one short message. They offered peace. But we saw the truth. Remember that. And so, Earth changed. Smarter. Stronger. No longer waiting for help from the stars. Because now, the stars knew one thing. Earth would never kneel. The world still celebrated. Cities held light shows. Children wore alien masks and waved small flags with both Earth and Varelian symbols. Music played in every country. People believed the future had changed for the better. But General Hayes didn't celebrate. He stood inside the Earth Defense Headquarters, far below the surface. On the screen before him, the smiling faces of the Varelians looked back. The aliens were polite, calm, and always said the right words. But something about those smiles made Hayes uneasy. "They've given us everything we wanted, Commander," Lane said beside him. "Free technology, medicine, energy sources, no threats, no demands." "That's exactly why I don't trust them," Hayes replied. "Nothing is ever free." A knock at the door made them both turn. A scientist entered, holding a data tablet. Her name was Dr. Rena Khalid, one of Earth's top engineers. I think you should see this, she said, handing the tablet to Hayes. What am I looking at? Hayes asked. That drone, she said, pointing to the image, is one of the Varelian gift units. They said it's meant for farming and transport. But when we ran diagnostics, it has weapons hidden inside. Commander Lane raised his eyebrows. Weapons? Why would they hide that? It's not just one drone, Dr. Khalid added. All of them have advanced combat programs locked behind a firewall. It's like a sleeping soldier in your backyard. Hayes stared at the screen in silence. His voice dropped. They've placed an army inside our own systems. In the public eye, the Varelians continued their charm offensive. Alien instructors held lectures at universities. Alien engineers helped fix power grids. Alien doctors taught hospitals how to use the healing cubes. Every action seemed kind, but below that kindness, Earth's secret eyes watched Dot in a lab under Geneva. Young hacker Leon stared at a screen full of Varelian code. Her eyes scanned fast. She was silent for hours, working on the alien data. Finally, she leaned back in her chair and muttered, "They're mapping us." A guard beside her asked, "What do you mean?" She pointed at a series of data streams. Their tech is sending location data, city layouts, military bases, energy flows back to their ships every hour. Every cube, every drone, every gift. They gave us as spying. The room grew quiet. Leon looked up. They're not here to help. They're here to prepare for something big. Back at the Varelian embassy, Captain Zara Malik entered in civilian clothes. Her mission was simple: gather intel, remain quiet, and confirm the truth. The embassy was beautiful white floors, glowing walls, peaceful music playing in the background. Alien art lined the halls, showing stars, planets, and scenes of cooperation. Serix, the Varelian diplomat, greeted her warmly. "Welcome, Captain Malik," he said with a smile. "Would you like tea?" "I'm just here to observe," Zara replied. Her tone was polite but distant. "Of course," Serix said. "We have nothing to hide." Zara smiled back, but her hand stayed close to the device hidden in her jacket. It was a scanner built by Leon, silent and undetectable. It would record everything the embassy systems emitted. As Serix led her through the embassy, she noticed something strange. The Varelians never blinked. They didn't seem to breathe. And the guards posted at every corner weren't breathing either. They weren't even alive. Zara leaned in slightly toward one of them and tapped the floor with her boot. The guard didn't flinch. Later, when she was alone in the restroom, she activated her scanner. Her eyes widened. "These guards aren't biological. They're machines." General Hayes called an emergency meeting. Only the top members of the Mirror Guard were present: Zara, Leon, Lane, Dr. Khalid, and a few silent agents. "Say what you found," Hayes ordered. Zara nodded. "The embassy guards, they aren't real. They're machines under skin, probably combat units." Leon added, "Every alien gift is connected to one big system. If they activate it, they'll have full control over our grids, weapons, hospitals, everything." Dr. Khalid pulled up a hologram. "And their ships? We thought they were peaceful carriers. But look at this: missile ports, energy cannons, troop launchers." Hayes paced slowly, his hands behind his back. "They came with a mask. But behind that smile is a blade." Lane looked worried. "So what now? We can't go to war, not yet. People still believe they're friends." "We need proof," Hayes said. "The kind no one can deny." Zara returned to the embassy, this time with a hidden camera in her bracelet. She acted relaxed. Serix welcomed her again. "We admire your curiosity, Captain," Serix said, guiding her to the upper levels. "You are brave." Zara smiled. "I like to see things for myself." As they walked, she noticed something odd: a long hallway with no windows, no art, and no guards. Serix noticed her looking. "Some rooms are private," he said quickly. For our health needs. Of course, she said, pretending to look away. But later that night, she returned in stealth mode. Using a cloaking suit from Mirror Guard, Zara slipped past security and entered the hallway. She reached the door at the end. Inside, her camera recorded everything. Rows of pods filled the dark room. Inside each pod was a machine-cold metal bodies with glowing red eyes. She whispered, "Soldiers. They brought an army." Suddenly lights flickered. The room hummed. One pod opened. Zara ran back at headquarters. Hayes watched the video. "This ends now," he said. But Lane raised a hand. "Sir, we still can't attack first. The world isn't ready." Hayes nodded slowly. "Then we trigger them first." Leon created a silent command code. It was sent to the alien drones secretly, buried inside a normal system update. The code would force the Varelian drones to react. A test drone in a desert outside. Nevada received the signal. It blinked red. Then, without warning, it shot its beam and destroyed the control tower nearby. The Mirror Guard watched from a distance. "They're armed," one soldier said. Then all over the world, drones began to wake. Cubes blinked red. Machines turned toward their human users, but Earth was ready. Athena activated every failsafe. Drones shut down mid-air. Cubes melted. Communication lines jammed the alien signals, and Mirror Guard moved in. In 30 minutes, the alien tech network on Earth was dead. Hayes called a global press conference. Behind him, screens showed footage, weapon, drones, spy cubes, alien pods. "This is what they brought," Hayes said, his voice calm but firm. Smiles in public, soldiers in secret. The world gasped. Riots broke out. Trust was broken. Embassies were stormed. The peace celebrations turned into silence. The Varelians didn't respond at first. But then, Sarex appeared on every screen. His face was no longer smiling. "You broke the circle," he said. "You chose fear over unity." His voice changed, colder, deeper. "We came to prepare Earth for a future it could not survive alone. But now, now you stand alone." The message ended, and then their ships moved. Not away, but into position. Sky above Earth was no longer calm. The golden ships darkened, and the war that had hidden behind a smile was about to begin. Rain fell softly over the Mirror Guard headquarters. Inside the underground control room, the air felt colder than usual. People moved quietly, focused, alert. Everyone knew something was coming. General Hayes stood at the central table, watching. The holographic display, dots marked each Varelian ship. They were still above Earth, floating like silent shadows. "They haven't moved yet," Commander Lane said. "But they haven't left either. They won't," Hayes replied. "They've been preparing for too long." Across the room, Leon was typing fast. Her screen showed pages of alien code. Since the day the drones turned violent, she hadn't slept more than 3 hours. She was trying to uncover what the Varelians really wanted. Not their fake words, not their pretty gifts, the truth. A sharp beep rang from her computer. She leaned forward, her eyes narrowing. "General," she called. "I think I've found something." Everyone turned. Leon waved her hand, and a screen lit up with alien symbols. "This is from a hidden folder inside the Cube network. It's not meant to be seen. I only found it by accident, buried under 5 layers of encryption." Hayes stepped closer. "What is it?" Leon translated the symbol slowly. "It's a history log from the Varelian fleet." She paused, her voice lowered. "It shows every planet they visited." "Go on," Hayes said. "There are 63 planets listed here," she said. "All marked as contact made. And then, resource extracted." Commander Lane frowned. "What kind of resource?" Leon clicked to reveal the next layer of data. Her face went pale. "Life," she said. "They extract life." The room went silent. She continued, voice shaking. They didn't come for minerals, energy, or trade. They came for people. Entire planets were harvested. All life drained, left as empty rocks floating in space. Hayes's hands curled into fists. And Earth is next. Dr. Rina Khalid rushed into the room with a report. "We've been scanning the energy readings from their main ship," she said. "Something is building, slowly, quietly." Hayes nodded. "They're charging something." "It's not just a weapon," Dr. Khalid added. "It's biological, a kind of energy drain. They've used it before, according to Leon's logs." Leon looked up. "They don't fight wars the way we do. They surround a planet, activate their harvest field, and drain everything. People, animals, plants, even bacteria." Lane looked horrified. "Like a giant vacuum?" "Exactly," Leon said. "And when it's done, nothing is left." Hayes turned to the team. "Then we need to stop it before it begins." Later that night, Leon sat alone in her lab. She couldn't stop thinking about the list. 63 worlds. Millions, maybe billions of lives. Why didn't anyone know? She searched deeper. Inside another hidden folder, she found something different. A video file. She clicked play. A Varelian ship hovered over a red planet. The view zoomed in. People tall, blue-skinned ran in panic. Bright light surrounded them. They screamed, then vanished into thin air. The video ended. Leon stared at the screen, tears in her eyes. "They're not just killers," she whispered. "They erase entire histories." Behind her, Zara walked in. "You okay?" she asked. Leon shook her head. "They've done this too many times. And no one ever saw it coming." Zara leaned over to see the list. "Wait, what's this?" She pointed. "One name on the list is marked incomplete." Leon tapped it. The name of the planet read, XER-4. A new page opened. It was filled with Varelian records, but different. The tone was cautious. Descriptions were filled with warnings. They tried to harvest Zarian-4. But something went wrong. Leon said. Zara read the final log aloud. The species fought back. Hive network damaged. One Varelian ship lost. Harvest incomplete. Avoid future contact. Leon looked stunned. They lost? Someone actually survived them? Zara smiled. Then we can too. The next morning, Hayes met with the team. "We need to know how Zarian-4 stopped them," he said. "That's the only crack in their perfect record," Leon nodded. "I've already sent a probe to Zarian-4's remains. It's only 2 light jumps away." Hayes raised an eyebrow. "Can we wait that long?" Zara stepped forward. "We don't have to. Let's ask the Varelians." Hayes frowned. "You want to go back into their ship?" "Not the embassy," Zara said. "They're orbiting mothership. We get in. We get the files. We get out." "It's suicide," Lane said. Zara looked at Hayes. "It might be our only chance." Hayes gave a long sigh. "Prepare your team." Zara led a mirror guard squad on a stealth shuttle toward the Varelian mothership. Earth's fleet created a distraction, a series of drills to keep alien eyes elsewhere. Inside the shuttle, Leon monitored the signals. "You've got 12 minutes inside," she warned. "After that, they'll find you." Zara's boots hit the cold metal floor as they entered the ship through a hidden vent. The halls were quiet, too quiet. Machines lined the walls. Lights blinked in patterns. No voices, no life. They reached a central chamber. A massive data core glowed blue in the center. Zara connected the drive. "Leon, we're in." Back at the base, Leon started pulling the files. There it is. Data from Zarian-4. But the moment the download started, alarms echoed through the alien ship. "They know," Zara said. "Move." The squad ran, dodging beams and closing doors. One soldier, Marks, was hit. The others pulled him to safety. As they reached the shuttle, Leon's voice came through. "I've got it. I have the full file." Zara smiled, helping Marks. Inside. Then we're not dying today. Back on Earth, the data revealed the truth. Zarian 4 had used a unique weapon, not a gun. Not a missile. They had sent a signal and energy pulse designed to break the Varelian hive mind. For the Varelians, who operated as one mind, it was chaos. The signal broke their unity. Ships lost contact. Systems shut down. One ship crashed and exploded. They're not built for disorder, Leon said. Their strength is also their weakness. Hayes nodded. Can we make our own version of that pulse? Dr. Khalid smiled. We already are. 2 days later, the Varelians activated their field. Lights across Earth flickered. A strange hum filled the skies. People felt dizzy. Trees began to wither. Animals fell silent. It's starting, Lane whispered. But deep below, Athena activated Earth's new weapon, the mirror pulse. A massive wave of sound and light burst through the atmosphere. Invisible to the eye, but powerful enough to shake. The alien ships in orbit. The Varelian ships twitched. Then one by one, they lost control. Ships spun. Weapons stopped. Communications died. Syrinx, inside the lead ship, screamed as feedback tore through the hive link. His voice turned from calm to panicked. This is not possible. You are primitive. Hayes watched the screen. And you're not gods. The battle that followed was quick. With their unity broken, the Varelians became slow, disorganized. Earth's fighters struck fast, using every weapon, every drone, every beam they had. In less than an hour, half the alien fleet had fallen. Rest turned away. Retreating. Running. It was the first time they had ever lost 2 planets. Days later, the world began to heal. Skies cleared. Trees stood tall again. People walked into the sunlight with cautious hope. A final message played across all Earth channels. It was General Hayes. We were offered peace, he said. But it was only a mask. They used it on 63 other worlds. They expected us to fall too, but we didn't. He looked into the camera. We found the truth. We fought back. And now we know. History only belongs to those who survive. The screen faded, and the stars above Earth suddenly felt smaller. A strange quiet settled over Earth. The Varelian ships were still in orbit, circling like vultures. They had not attacked again, but everyone knew that wouldn't last. It was the calm before the storm. People tried to return to normal life, but nothing felt normal. Children no longer played outside. The skies felt heavier. Nights were filled with distant hums from the alien ships. Inside Earth Defense Command, the atmosphere was completely different. No one was panicking. No one was smiling either. They were working faster, harder, and smarter than ever before. General Hayes stood at the center of it all. They are waiting for us to relax, he said, staring at the world map on the wall. That's why we won't. Commander Lane nodded beside him. We keep everything silent. No announcements. No public movement. We act like we're rebuilding. But we're preparing for war, Hayes finished. The real one. In a hidden underground facility in Iceland, a new team of scientists worked around the clock. They weren't rebuilding buildings or hospitals. They were building weapons. Dr. Rena Khalid entered the main lab. Her coat was dusty, her hands shaking with energy and fear. Project Dagger is ready, she said into her coms. Back in command, Hayes heard the message. Show me. A live feed appeared. A sleek black missile stood in a chamber surrounded by engineers in exosuits. It was different from anything Earth had ever made. It pulsed with blue light. It looked alien because it was. We used reverse-engineered Varelian tech from the crashed ship on the East Coast. Rena explained. It's a smart bomb. It reads hive signals and uses them to overload the enemy's neural link. Leon appeared on another screen. It's basically a weapon against their mind. If it works, it could cut the whole fleet off from each other. Hayes asked. And if it doesn't? Rena sighed. Then we'll have the most expensive firework in human history. Across the globe, mirror guards spread out in secret. They wore plain clothes, no badges and no signs. They walked among civilians, keeping watch on the alien drones and cubes that had survived the earlier attack, still offline. Zara whispered as she passed one of the Varelian towers in Shanghai. But I don't trust dead tech. Not when they built it. Her partner Ren nodded. Any word on Phase 2? Zara shook her head. Everything's locked down. Even we don't know. They moved on, blending into the crowd. Meanwhile, Leon had a private room deep below Earth Command. It wasn't fancy. It had no windows, just screens and silence. She liked it that way. She stared at a blinking icon on her monitor. A small cube had activated in the Sahara, one of the few alien devices still not found. But something was different this time. It's not sending data, she muttered. It's scanning. She typed quickly, tracing the signal. It wasn't going up to space. It was scanning Earth's own satellites. Human satellites. She called Hayes immediately. We have a problem, she said. Hayes appeared on screen. Talk to me. They're trying to take control of our satellites. They're mapping military bases and defense systems. Can you stop it? I can confuse it, she replied. But not for long. Do it, Hayes said. We buy time however we can. In the mountains of Kazakhstan, Project Obsidian was being tested. It wasn't a weapon in the traditional sense, it was armor. A special battlesuit made from Earth materials fused with alien alloys. A mirror guard soldier named Juno stepped into the armor. It wrapped around her like liquid metal, locking into place. The heads-up display came alive in her eyes. Reading all systems, she said. The suit's voice replied, Combat level green, ready. Juno stepped into a training area. 10 drones activated and began firing rubber rounds. She moved like lightning. The suit reacted faster than her muscles. Bullets bounced off like raindrops. Hayes watched the test from a remote screen. Will it hold against real fire? He asked. Rena nodded. It will, at least for a while. How many do we have? 6, she said. Soon 10. Hayes said nothing. His face was grim. Make 20. The Varelians had not spoken since their last message. But they were watching. Sarix, the alien commander, stood in a dark room aboard the main mothership. His calm face had grown colder. The other ships had sent him updates. Earth was not falling apart. In fact, it was growing more dangerous. They are changing, said another Varelian beside him. Too fast. They are still primitive, Sarix said, but unpredictable. That is worse. We could strike now, the other said. No, Sarix replied. Let them build. Let them think they are safe. When we hit them next, we won't leave anything behind. They turned to the screen. Earth glowed in the distance. Inside a hidden room under Norway, Hayes stood with only 3 people: Leon, Zara, and Lane. He placed a file on the table. This is Project Eclipse, he said. Leon looked confused. What is it? Hayes opened the file. Inside was a map. But it wasn't Earth. It was the Varelian ship structure. We're building a boarding team, Hayes said. A small group, quiet, fast. They go up before the final wave. Zara crossed her arms. You want to send people into the mothership before we even attack? Yes, Hayes said. To plant something. He placed a small black disc on the table. This is a neural destabilizer. Rena's team finished it last night. It targets the hive core directly. We plant it in their command room. When the time comes, we activate it. It brings down the whole network. Leon asked, Who's the team? Hayes looked at them. You 3. Silence. Then Zara said, When do we leave? 3 days passed. The world above stayed calm. Civilians didn't know what was happening underground. That was the plan. The Varelians didn't know either. At least, that's what Hayes hoped. Leon worked every hour, writing codes, mapping entry points, hacking into enemy systems to hide the shuttle's approach. Zara trained her team with the new obsidian suits. Lane studied the alien language, learning their commands, their emergency protocols, their patterns. On the final night before launch, Hayes met them at the edge of the runway. "If you fail," he said, "we still launch the surface attack." Zara nodded. "But if we succeed... then Earth wins this war without ever firing a missile." The launch was silent. A single black shuttle left Earth's dark side, hidden from alien sensors. As it approached the mothership, Leon activated the cloaking shell. "They won't see us unless we touch them." Zara flew the ship slowly toward the maintenance port. Lane read the symbols on the screen. "That's the access hatch." They docked. And quietly, they stepped inside. On Earth, Hayes stood in the war room, hands behind his back. "All teams ready," an officer said. "We wait for the signal." Hayes didn't blink. "Good," he said. "We wait in silence." Above them, in space, 3 humans walked through the heart of the enemy, and Earth held its breath. A bright sun rose over Geneva, casting golden light across the city. People gathered in the streets. Flags of Earth flew beside the smooth, curved symbol of the Varelians. Cameras rolled. Reporters smiled. Children waved from rooftops. The peace summit was about to begin. Every major human leader was invited. Presidents, generals, scientists. The Varelians called it the final path to unity. But inside Earth Defense Command, no one was smiling. "General." Hayes stared at the screen. The summit hall was being filled with Varelians and humans. Elegant music played. Everyone was dressed in white. Everything looked perfect, but it was not. "This isn't peace," Hayes said softly. "This is a trap." Commander Lane stood beside him, arms crossed. "Why would they wait this long if they wanted to kill us?" Hayes replied, "Because they want the whole world to watch. They want fear." Far above Earth, in the shadow of the Varelian mothership, a small human team moved in silence. Zara, Leon, and Lane's copy drone were inside the enemy's heart, carrying Earth's only hope, the neural destabilizer. Back on Earth, Rena Khalid's voice came through Hayes' earpiece. "The bomb is ready. All we need is confirmation." "The team has reached the command core." Hayes nodded slowly. "Then we wait." Inside the alien mothership, Zara moved like a shadow through the glowing halls. The ship pulsed with quiet energy, almost like it was breathing. Every few meters, she stopped to scan for movement. Her obsidian suit was tight around her, blending into the walls. Behind her, Leon whispered, "We're close. The signal is stronger." Here, Lane's drone hovered silently, scanning ahead. "No guards," the voice said. "But the doors are locked." Zara touched her wrist panel. "Leon, can you open it?" Leon knelt by the glowing panel. "This isn't a regular door." She muttered, "It's coated with live neural patterns." "What does that mean?" Zara asked. "It opens only for someone linked to their hive network," Leon replied. "It reads their mind." Zara paused. "Then we need to trick it." Leon opened her toolkit. "Give me 1 minute." As she worked, Zara glanced at the wall. Alien words were written there, glowing softly. She didn't know their meaning, but they looked ceremonial. Finally, Leon whispered, "Got it." The door slid open. Beyond it, a wide chamber glowed blue. In the center was a tall structure, made of light and crystal, the hive core. It pulsed with every movement of the fleet. Zara stepped inside slowly. "This is it." At the summit in Geneva, Sarek stood at the front of the grand hall. His skin shimmered gold, and his voice was calm. "We stand here today not as conquerors, but as brothers," he said. "Let us leave behind fear. Let us step into the light together." The crowd clapped politely. Some smiled. Others remained unsure. President Aiko from Japan leaned toward her aide. Why are they pushing this so hard today? The aide whispered, maybe they're afraid we're growing stronger. Aiko didn't reply, but her eyes narrowed. Suddenly, the large screen behind Sarex changed. The image of Earth disappeared, replaced by a countdown, 0 hours, 10 minutes, and 0 seconds. The crowd went silent. Sarex didn't turn around. He simply smiled. Today, he said, is not just a celebration. It is a new beginning. Hayes saw the countdown from his command screen. They've activated something. Rena gasped. That's a fleet-wide trigger. It's tied to their energy siphon. Hayes slammed his hand on the table. They're going to drain the planet during the summit while the whole world watches. Inside the ship, Leon saw the countdown flash. Across the chamber walls. They're starting the drain, she said. We have less than 10 minutes. Zara ran forward and placed the neural destabilizer at the base of the core. How long to set it? 30 seconds, Leon said. Already typing into her pad. Suddenly, the floor pulsed red. From every corner of the room, Varelian guards appeared. They weren't walking. They were floating, hovering silently, their eyes glowing. Zara stood up fast. Leon, stay low. The first blast came without warning. A blue beam shot toward them, hitting the floor beside Leon. Sparks flew. Zara fired back, her suit enhancing every move. She rolled, dodged, and returned fire. Leon kept working. Lane's drone activated its defense shield and flew forward, distracting 2 guards. They're not killing us, Zara said. They're trying to stop the device. Leon shouted, I need 15 more seconds. Zara moved like lightning, blocking one of the guards with her arm blade. Another tried to strike her, but Lane's drone intercepted it. 10 seconds. Leon yelled. Zara was breathing hard. Hold the line. More guards entered. The room was turning into chaos. But Leon didn't stop typing. Done, she shouted. The bomb is armed. Zara hit her communicator. General Hayes. We're ready. Detonation in 2 minutes. In Earth Command, Hayes stood up. Send the signal, he said. Pull everyone out. Across the Earth, Mirror Guard agents began evacuating cities silently. Emergency workers were pulled back. Energy grids were shut down. Satellites turned toward the fleet. At the summit, Sarex finally turned to the countdown. 0 hours, 1 minute, and 30 seconds. He smiled wider. This is what you feared, he said softly. And you were right to fear it. Then a new message appeared on the screen. Hacked into the system, Leon's voice. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. Sarex's smile disappeared. The countdown froze. 00:01:09. The room shook. The screen went black. And far above Earth, the core of the Varelian hive exploded. It was not a loud explosion. There was no fireball. Instead, a wave of silent energy moved through the mothership. It was like a bell being struck deep inside space. Every Varelian froze. Their eyes flickered. Their limbs dropped. On Earth, every alien drone, every cube, every ship stopped moving. Even Sarex staggered. His smile twisted. What? Have you done? Hayes spoke into the summit mic, his voice cold. You used peace to hide a weapon, so we used peace to set a trap. Sarex's body began to shimmer and crack. You don't understand, he hissed. We were trying to protect the galaxy from humans. No, Hayes said. You were afraid of us. And now you have a reason to be. On the Varelian ship, Zara grabbed Leon and Lane's drone. We need to get out, now. The ship was falling apart. Walls cracked, lights burst. The hive core was gone, and without it, the ship had no control. They ran through collapsing corridors. Fire burst behind them. Sparks rained from the ceiling. Zara reached the shuttle. Leon, start it. Leon jumped into the pilot's seat. Hold tight. The shuttle launched as the mothership behind them began to spin. It tipped slowly, caught in gravity's pull. From Earth, people looked up and saw a glowing trail in the sky, a falling god. The Varelian fleet, now leaderless and blind, scattered. Some ships turned and vanished into deep space. Others were seized by Earth's new space division. For the first time, the sky was clear, and Earth stood free. A week later, in a quiet garden, General Hayes walked with Zara and Leon. The summit was recorded, Hayes said. The whole world saw it. No more secrets, Leon said. Zara nodded. But they'll come again. Maybe not the Varelians, but someone else. Hayes looked at the sky. Let them come. This time we'll be ready. He turned to them. You two saved the planet. How does it feel? Leon smiled weakly. Still feels like we're in the middle of something bigger. Zara added, because we are. Hayes nodded. Then let's prepare again. They stood in silence, and the stars above, once filled with fear, now looked like a place of new beginnings. The sky was clear that morning, but it held a strange silence. No birds sang, no planes flew. People looked up nervously, sensing something was wrong. General Hayes stood outside the command center, his hands clenched at his sides. They're coming, he said softly. Commander Lane was beside him, watching the distant stars. I don't see any ships moving. Not yet, Hayes replied. They're waiting for the perfect moment. Inside the command room, screens lit up with warnings. Alien signals surged in from all over Earth. Drones in cities suddenly reactivated, glowing red eyes scanning for targets. Dr. Rena Khalid rushed in, her face tight with worry. The invasion is beginning. The Varelians' hidden forces inside Earth are waking up. We have less than an hour before their strike. Leon's fingers flew across the keyboard, trying to block the alien network. They're hacking our defenses. Their system is faster and smarter than anything we've seen. Zara, suited in her obsidian armor, stood ready. Then we hit them first, before they organize. Hayes nodded. Prepare all units. This is the moment we've trained for. In the heart of New York, drones that had sat silent for months suddenly powered up. They hovered over skyscrapers like dark clouds, eyes scanning the streets below. A mother pulled her child inside. Stay calm, she whispered, though her voice trembled. On the rooftops, Mirror Guard operatives fired their weapons, trying to take down the drones. But the drones moved too fast, their energy shields glowing. Zara led a squad through the chaos. Move! Protect civilians! Behind them, explosions shook the streets. The invasion was no longer quiet. Back at the command center, Leon found a weak point in the alien network. If I can send a virus into their control signal, we can disable the drones temporarily. Hayes leaned forward. Do it, but be careful. Leon nodded and hit enter. The virus spread like wildfire. One by one, drones dropped from the sky, crashing onto the streets. Cheers erupted from the command room, but Hayes stayed focused. This is just the beginning. In orbit, the remaining Varelian ships formed a tight formation. Sarek stood on the bridge of the lead ship, his expression dark. They expected us to fail, he growled. Now we will show them the true power of the Varelians. He pressed a button, and massive weapons emerged from the hull. Energy beams began charging, aimed straight at Earth's major cities. On Earth, alarms blared. Incoming fire! A pilot shouted. Hayes ordered. Activate the shields. Deploy countermeasures. Zara's squad raced through the streets of London, dodging falling debris and blasts. She radioed, enemy ships are targeting the city's power grid. If they succeed, the whole city will go dark. Lane responded from command. We're sending reinforcements. Hold the line. Suddenly, a massive energy blast hit a nearby building. The ground shook violently. Keep moving, Zara yelled, helping a trapped civilian. In the command room, Dr. Khalid monitored energy levels. The shield won't last long if they keep firing. Hayes turned to Leon. Can you boost our counterattack? Leon nodded. I'm uploading a new program to the Obsidian suits. It will enhance their speed and strength. In training rooms, soldiers felt their suits hum and pulse with new power. They smiled, ready for the fight. As the battle raged, Zara's team reached the power grid. They began setting explosives to destroy the alien control nodes. Suddenly, an alien soldier appeared, a giant figure clad in strange armor. He raised a weapon and fired. Zara dove, the blast grazing her arm. She fired back, her suit glowing as it absorbed the impact. The alien charged. Leon watched the fight on her screen. Zara, there's more of them. Do you need backup? Not yet, Zara said, breathing hard. I'm holding. But the alien pressed forward, each strike harder than the last. Elsewhere, Hayes received a message from an unknown source. The signal was alien but different from the Varelians. Who is this? He asked. The message replied, We are the Cathari. Enemies of the Varelians, we want to help Earth. Hayes frowned. Why should I trust you? We have our own war, the voice said. But we cannot allow the Varelians to win here. Back in London, Zara fought with every ounce of strength. The alien soldier's armor began to crack. With a final blast, Zara's suit surged and pushed the enemy back. Node destroyed, she reported. Lane's voice came through. Good work. Prepare for extraction. Zara smiled despite the pain. Not done yet. In orbit, the Varelian fleet faltered. The destabilizer planted by the Earth team earlier was spreading its effect, causing confusion and malfunction. Serix cursed. They are stronger than we imagined. On Earth, the combined forces of Mirrorguard and the Cathari fought back. The invasion, drones fell, soldiers pushed forward. People rose with hope. General Hayes watched the live feed. We may lose some battles, he said, but the war is far from over. The invasion had begun, but Earth was no longer a helpless planet. They were ready to fight and to win. The dawn was gray and heavy, but the command center buzzed with energy. General Hayes paced slowly, watching the screens that showed the battlefield spreading across Earth and space. Commander Lane joined him. The invasion didn't end last night. It's only getting worse. Hayes nodded, eyes fixed on the data. We knew it wouldn't be easy, but it's time to take the fight to them. At that moment, a voice came through the comms. Leon, her voice sharp and steady. We've finished upgrading the Obsidian suits. They're faster and stronger now. The soldiers report the difference already. Hayes smiled briefly. Good, send out the teams. On the front lines in Paris, Zara led a squad of soldiers in the new suits. The city was half in ruins, smoke rising from shattered buildings. Watch your left, Zara shouted as an alien drone dove toward them, firing energy bolts. Her suit glowed, shielding her from the blasts. She moved fast, dodging and firing back, the enhanced strength making each punch and kick more powerful. One soldier grinned. This suit is a game changer. Zara nodded but kept her eyes on the sky. Don't celebrate yet. The main fleet is still in orbit. In orbit, the Varelian ships were regrouping after their earlier failures. Serix appeared on the main bridge, rage burning in his eyes. They fight harder than any species I've seen, he growled. But they lack true control. We will crush their spirit. He ordered new fighters launched, smaller and faster ships, designed to attack Earth's satellites. On the ground, Lane's team tracked the incoming ships. They're trying to blind us, she said. If they destroy the satellites, our defenses fall apart. Hayes said firmly, protect the satellites at all costs. Meanwhile, Leon worked feverishly to boost the network. I'm sending a signal to disrupt their ship's controls. If we can take out their smaller fighters, we can keep our eyes in the sky. Her fingers danced over the keyboard. Almost there. Done. Across the globe, Varelian ships suddenly faltered. They spun out of control and crashed into the ocean. Direct hit. Leon announced. Back on Earth, Zara's squad moved through the streets, clearing out enemy patrols. Suddenly, she received a message from Lane. Zara, the main mothership, has launched a drop pod. They're sending a new ground force. Zara's eyes narrowed. How many? Hundreds, Lane said. And they're armed with new weapons, energy disruptors. Zara clenched her fists. We need to stop them before they reach the cities. As Zara's team raced toward the drop zone, Hayes joined a holographic meeting with Earth's leaders. We must strike at their heart, he said. Our boarding team showed us their weakness. It's time for a counterstrike. One leader asked, Are you sure? Hayes answered, If we don't act now, we lose everything. At the drop zone, Zara's squad prepared an ambush. The enemy pods landed with a thunderous crash. From the smoke, aliens poured out, moving fast and firing disruptors that jammed the obsidian suits briefly. Zara shouted, Hold the line! Don't let them advance. The battle was brutal. Every time a disruptor hit, a soldier's suit flickered, leaving them vulnerable. But the humans fought harder. Using quick tactics and teamwork, one soldier called out, Energy disruptor down. Zara smiled, Keep pushing. High above, Leon spotted something odd on her monitors. General, there's a signal coming from deep space. It's ... not Varelian. Hayes frowned. What is it? Leon's voice was tense. I'm not sure. But it's massive. Suddenly, the sky lit up with flashes. A new fleet appeared. Ships unlike any Earth had seen before. Hayes stared at the screen. It's the Cathari. They've come to help. Lane said softly, We're not alone. The Cathari fleet joined the battle, attacking Varelian ships with powerful weapons. The enemy faltered under the combined assault. Zara looked up at the sky, hope rising. We can win this. On the ground, the tide turned. Zara's squad pushed back the invaders. The new suits held strong, the soldiers fighting with courage and skill. But just as victory seemed near, an explosion rocked the battlefield. A hidden Varelian bomber detonated a charge nearby, sending Zara flying. She hit the ground hard, pain burning in her side. Zara, a voice shouted. It was Ren, her partner. Zara tried to move, but the pain was sharp. I'm fine. Keep fighting. Ren grabbed her arm. No, you're not. We need to get you out. Zara nodded reluctantly. Go. Finish this. In orbit, Sarex clenched his fists. They found allies. They've grown stronger. He looked down at Earth's glowing blue shields. This war is far from over. Back on Earth, Hayes addressed his team. This is just the beginning of our counterstrike. We will push them back. We will protect our home. And we will never give up. Leon smiled at the screen. We're ready for whatever comes next. Zara, recovering but determined, whispered, For Earth. And with that, humanity's fight had truly begun. The battlefield was silent, not the silence of peace, but the heavy silence after a storm. General Hayes stood among the ruins of the command center. His face was grim. Around him, soldiers tended to the wounded and checked supplies. The fight had been brutal. The victory was hard. One. Commander Lane approached him, exhaustion in her eyes. We did it. The Varelians are retreating. Hayes nodded slowly. Yes, but at what cost? In the distance, the sun began to rise over shattered cities and broken skies. Fires still burned, and smoke drifted like ghosts. Zara lay in a medical tent, her arm bandaged, her breath shallow. Ren sat beside her, holding her hand. You scared me, Ren said softly. Zara smiled weakly. I'm not done yet. We all lost too much. Do you think it's really over? Ren asked. Zara's eyes flickered with pain and hope. Maybe. Or maybe this is just the beginning of something new. In the command tent, Leon studied reports from across the globe. The Cathari helped us, but many of their ships didn't make it back. Hayes joined her. We owe them everything. Leon shook her head. The galaxy is changing. Our fight isn't just with the Varelians anymore. Hayes stared out a broken window. We need to prepare for whatever comes next. As the days passed, humanity began to rebuild. Cities rose slowly from the rubble. But the scars of war remained deep. Miranda, a young pilot, spoke with Hayes. We lost a lot of good people. Hayes sighed. We did. But their sacrifice saved billions. Miranda looked at the stars. Will they come back? Hayes smiled faintly. If they do, we'll be ready. One evening, Leon found a hidden message in the last Varelian data. Logs. It's a warning, she told Hayes and Lane. They speak of a greater threat, a force beyond the Varelians. Hayes clenched his fists. So the war isn't over, Lane nodded. Then we have to be stronger. Together. Zara, now back in the field, trained new recruits with her squad. Remember this, she told them. Survival isn't just about strength. It's about heart. A recruit asked, what if the next enemy is even worse? Zara looked toward the sky. Then we fight harder. The world watched as Earth stood tall again, united like never before. But in the quiet moments, leaders and soldiers alike knew. The truth: survival came with a cost. At the edge of the solar system, a shadow moved, something ancient and waiting. Hayes received a message from deep space. Prepare. It said that the fight for humanity's future was far from done. But Earth was ready, because humans never give up. They survive, they fight, they win.